I thought had I punched him hard on his firmly set jaws, I might have had some emotional reaction from him. Of course, to that extreme extent I could never have proceeded thanks to my perseveringly peaceful nature, office decorum and possible police involvement. I had to think of that violent possibility because it showed my pent-up frustration that I could vent only through my wordy violence as much as I was capable of doing so. That morning I was taking my technical associate to task for delaying the settlement of an important file concerning corporate clients despite my repeated reminders, which started as gentle in the beginning and slowly grew sharper. I could not ignore it any longer, and the first thing I did on that day was to summon him. Immediately I started asking him for explanations for the delay in no sweet words. And there he sat in front of me, staring up at me, without a word, as if wishing to be through with the ordeal, or if at all as soon as possible. His firmly shut mouth showed no fear, or sorrow, or anger, or regret. There was not the slightest trace of any emotion in his eyes. His stoic body language, too, never betrayed any discomfort. Failing to elicit any kind of reaction or emotion, forget an admission of guilt or an apology, my fury and frustration grew. When you think you are justified in castigating someone, you naturally expect some emotion or reaction from him/her that somewhat soothes you and assures you of positive results in the near future. But not for this deadpan guy. Earlier anecdotes started coming to my mind now. On numerous occasions, whenever I asked him to do a job, he would never affirm it or refuse it. He would not say yes or no. His deadpan expression would never convey to me of any forthcoming action or no action. Eventually some of the assignments he would complete, and some would keep on pending indefinitely. I had to adopt myself to a formula of compromise, patience and anger management, apart from most of the jobs that I could do on my own entirely. However, I hoped the ultimate showdown that I thought I had to unleash someday would at least have had some impact on him. I was getting desperate. How long could I go on firing my salvos without having anything to show as an effect? He continued to sit immobile and stare at me expressionless, as I was fast getting unsure as to what to do next. Fortunately, the associate's mobile phone rang. Nonchalantly he took it out of his shirt pocket and stared at the screen. To my surprise, he got up immediately and moved away from me, answering the call. Now it was my turn to offer a deadpan face, not knowing what to expect or what to expect not, as I continued to sit at my desk. From the passage I heard him speaking on his phone. A series of incomprehensible words, rather noise, filtered in. His voice seemed to have covered all the notes, in all the 3 octaves. Sometimes shrill beyond recognition, sometimes subdued, and sometimes plain sounding angry. It was a staccato of non-stop syllables delivered at immense speed. He was speaking in his own language, and even otherwise I could not have understood what he was talking about. But I was sure that he was showing all kinds of emotions a human being was capable of displaying. I was at my wit's end. Afterwards, as I took a post-lunch stroll in the passage, I summoned the peon, a smart and lively boy. Who was my associate speaking to so heatedly? You know his language, no? I asked him. Came in the reply, sir, his wife.